when you say gun violence, everything can get swallowed up in that. But if you say urban gun violence, that's gun violence that's related to people that live in the inner city. And most of the people that are affected, African American, Latino. The gender is male. So much so that American pediatrics have said for males, African American males, black men, and they don't break it down to like Jamaican and there's Haitian, there's black men, so everybody gets lumped in. That for African American males in America, leading cause of death, ages 15, and some of them fluctuate, some say 15 to 30, some say 15 to 25, leading cause of death, death by gun violence. Wow. Homicide, leading cause of death. Epidemic. If the leading cause of death in America for African American males ages 15 to 25 right now was swine flu, we all be sitting here with masks on. Right? Be an epidemic. You be getting tested as soon as you walk out the door. Negative, go. All right? There would be all kind of public safety awareness messages being sent out. You want to live and all this other stuff. But it's not. And what has now happened is America has done what they always do. When they sweep things under the rug, when they don't want to address the issues, when governments and politicians don't want to give up the necessary money to deal with an issue, they kick it back to the police and say, you fix this. People are killing people, that's your job. Investigate that. Why are people killing people? Probably because you have a lot of people that are getting kicked out of school under zero tolerance policy before they graduate, which, according to researchers from Columbia University and a few others, they say that if an African American male does not finish high school and they are kicked out of school before the age of 16, they're almost guaranteed to get a felony. Getting a felony in the United States, being convicted of a felony, means that you are ineligible for a lot of different housing, including private apartments. In some cases, it can affect your status entering into different colleges. It significantly affects your employment. And it affects, in some cases, your ability to participate in the political system of voting and other. So it has it has psychological ramifications as a stigma. Don't look at me like that, because you're a felon. Right. So that's the implication, and it puts you in a subculture of those are the felons, and we're not going to deal with them. You are the, and now you, the police, are the protectors from them felons. If they're kicked out of school under zero tolerance policy. And if they do not get back in school by 18 years old, and they're still out, it is said that they will acquire another felony. Wow. So that means some level of being tied up in incarceration. And to add to that, it is said that that same group of individuals are likely to have a child with someone that they're not married to, which will create other issues around police intervention around what we call domestic violence. Why are you sitting over here and I'm sitting over here? You know what? Don't make me come over here. You pick up the phone, call the police. Shafiq is here, he's acting up, come get him. Police come, I gotta go to jail now for a breach of peace. Getting arrested under domestic violence for a breach of peace is almost like a felony, because once you're convicted, you cannot possess a gun, and it carries a stigma. You beat women, or you beat people, or you beat the people you love. Shame on you. It's appalling. So again, more dirt dumped on that group, huh? That's a bad group, man. What are we going to do with those people? Got a felony, they beat up the people they love, don't work, ain't got no job, ain't got no education, no license? Gosh, unregistered cars, and you carry guns, and get high, and sell drugs? people like that? Huh? We need to put them all together, just someplace, one place, right? Just let them stay all, you know, because do what you do, because this is outrageous. And guess what? We do. We put them in inner city. We put them in pockets. We put them in projects. We put them in neighborhoods with limited resources. Work it out yourself. And if they try to leave that neighborhood, I make sure the police set up, do their thing. You don't want them coming downtown and you know what I'm talking about. With the eye wink. Right? Maybe that's what the president should do. He should just did the eye wink. You know what happened in Cambridge. You know? Now taxpayers are going to spend what? What is that bottle of beer going to cost us? You know? Oh man, I said the beer myself. But that's that group. And that's the group where the gun violence exists. It's that group. And that is not something that police can reduce by just being cops. Cops don't have a solution. Law enforcement will never have a solution to deal with urban gun violence because of the things I've talked about, point out. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Corner store, church, barbershop, corner store, church, barbershop, corner store, church, barbershop. Playground? Nope. Safe basketball court? No. Place where you can swim? No. Library? No. Grocery store? No. Fruits and vegetable stand? No. YMCA? Oh, I had no money. It's closed. No youth center. How about the schools? Won't never change. Same thing over again. And what really struck me, I started working on this gun violence prevention program and dealing with now since about 2003. We started tracking young men, African Americans. We did like about 100 young men. And what we were finding that about 50% of the ones that we tracked that were shot and killed, they were shot and killed literally within like 4 blocks of where they grew up. So even though you would have a guy that would grow up, go to the school on one corner, elementary school, go to the high school on the next corner, his family church that he never goes to is maybe 3-4 corners away, corner store and all of that, sell drugs from somewhere, got arrested, went to jail, comes back to the same neighborhood. Even if his mother doesn't live there no more, whatever, comes back to the same neighborhood. Normally with a girlfriend, lives in the same area, and then is shot and killed no less than about 4 blocks from where he grew up. So what it started telling me is, folks that are stuck in this, they never leave. The bridge that's supposed to connect them to where they're supposed to go is like the movie. It's the bridge to nowhere. In some cases, there's no bridge at all. So there's nothing to look at. And this is now becoming a bigger and bigger issue.